last week on Odyssey of the Dragonlords, you guys rescued some children from a cult of Lutheria. The children's parents had been taken in under the guise of being offered help, and then forced to either convert or die. The children were kept alive for indoctrination, but when you did a police raid on their little basement hideout, one of the priestesses, knowing that death was imminent, thought to gain as much favor from Lutheria as possible before the end, and snuck away from the battle and began slaughtering children, because that's the kind of people you're dealing with. You were able to stop her before it got too bad and rescued 6 of the children. You then confronted the people of the city and then the king of the city about what had transpired, the dangers of having Lutheria in the city, and to a certain extent, the dangers of King Acastus being in charge. Things were getting pretty heated between Acastus and Philippocles. It was looking like either a real bad fight that would have a lot of death and dismemberment, or exile from the city of Mitros. Fortunately, the party cleric, the man who calls himself Astraeus, kept a level head and played to the king's weaknesses, his pride and narcissism, and was able to defuse the situation. Now, with your business in the temple completed, the children saved, and Queen Vallus pleased with your efforts, you have agreed to do her yet another favor and attend the Great Debates, her nerd-flavored solution to the Great Games. She feels that her husband and his supporters have turned the Great Games into a spectacle of violence, death, and physical brutality. She wants to remind the people that there is more to this world and to existing than being strong and athletic. So this is 3 days of festivities that promote and extol the virtues of intelligence, wisdom, and grace. So, you guys were provided sign-up sheets well in advance of the event. Everyone has signed up or not signed up. Do not worry. There are spectator roles for certain events that will allow you to participate. I'm assuming once these games are complete, the next step is to go after the alleged Hydra that lives along the southern coast, eat its heart, and repair Philippocles' arm, saving you weeks of downtime waiting for the arm to heal up. Or not, I don't know. Followed by leaving the city of Mitros to pursue your 4th and final labor, the acquisition of the legendary ship, the Ultros. So, all of that out of the way, we will resume play, essentially, on the first day of the Great Debates. Unless anybody had anything they needed to do, the night before to prep or anything, or you guys good to go?
I'm good.
All right,
I would
good to
use
go.
that free day to prep Enyo.
Okay, what are you prepping this adorable baby for? Exactly.
I tell her that back home, I learned from the great sage Cicelo that a battle of words is won by whoever gives up first. It doesn't matter what you say, just make the other team give up.
Okay.
So just do what you always do.
She nods her head sagely. and there is sort of a sinister understanding in her adorable little baby face as she understands what must be done. All right. On that note, if Talus disappears from sight, he is busy
I got
working.
some preparation to do.
Okay. He's busy working on his trifold science board, explaining his science experiment so that he could try to win the science competition. What is your prep, Philippocles?
I'm just taking threes, and like we're hunting rodents. I'm gonna try and like teach it to like listen to my commands. So like give them treats, like when they do it right or not. Pavlov's dogs type stuff. Teaching them to kill. But
I see. Is this the
you know,
equivalent of just running through the tall grass a lot in
yeah, I'm
preparation?
honestly
Okay.
I'm running back and forth
Okay.
in one line. I'm on a bicycle and I'm actually between two rocks. So I'll run into a rock and then I'll turn around and run into the other rock until we find road.
All right. That sweet baby right there. Okay. It works. If you have not noticed his stat block lately, he is now a medium-sized
noticed.
creature, and he has learned Breath Weapon. It deals a mighty 1d6 fire damage in a 15-foot cone of molten lava. Yeah. So these are big steps. Big steps.
Excited to bring him out. It's gonna be good.
All right. Anyone else have any last-minute prep? I know, Astreus, you had mentioned some prep you were doing. Does anyone else have anything that they need to have established ahead of time?
I just redid my spells. Other than that, I think I'm good.
All right. We need some good debate music. All right, hold on. Let me take you over to. Let's see. We're going to this map right here. All right. So don't panic and think that some of these people are giants. This is a perspective map. You see? Like, it's different levels. Some of the levels are closer to the camera than others.
Ooh.
Ah, fancy. All right.
This is nice.
Oh my god.
This is so nice.
Is that actually him?
Actually, who? Yeah, he's in the crowd. Sorry. Yeah, I'll put him up here. All right.
Looks like a few people need to still take their long rests.
Okay. So, yeah, you shouldn't need combat at the Great Game, or sorry, the Great Debates. All right. Let's see. We'll keep this chill music for now, and then we'll switch over to fancier stuff. So, on the opening day of the Great Games, God, I keep calling them the Great Games. The Great Debates. Let's see. Opening remarks is how we get started here. Okay. It opens up with an indoor fireworks display, a la Harry Potter, whiz robes blowing up, sending, particle effects everywhere, animations of creatures running around, crashing into each other, explosions of lights and sound. For someone that argued that there, was too much spectacle at the Great Games, she definitely did not hold back on the special effects budget for this event. Once everybody has sort of calmed down from everything that they have seen, she takes her place at the podium. Let's see. So she would be like down here, kick these two off. There we go. Whoop. All right. So she takes her place at the podium, and when you're at this podium, your voice echoes and reverberates as though you're using the the thaumaturgy cantrip. So, she looks around the room, waits until she has everyone's attention, and then, in a quiet but clear voice, she says, "People of Mitros, this has been a month of great sorrow. Attacks from the Titan Sidon, storms that ravaged our city, children murdered, whether by decree or by confusion. We all know that the city has suffered. Soon, the days will warm, and the great games will be upon us. And she pauses, and everybody cheers. Somebody blows an air horn. They're very excited about the great games. Somebody fires off confetti. It's a whole thing. She sighs, a bit resigned, and then says, "But it is important to know that while the people of Thylea are strong and brave and powerful, there is more to power and greatness than physical might. I speak, of course, of your minds. You must always strive to learn and grow and strengthen the power of your minds and your spirits. To live only with strength is to be a brute. You must be a full, rounded person with strength of mind and body and spirit. Over the next 3 days, we will celebrate the power of the mind, the glory of the spirit, and the beauty of wit and charm. It pleases me greatly to see so many in attendance. I am pleased to announce that my own father, Vulcan, god of creation, has made his way here from the recently reclaimed Mithril Forge." And he kind of waves from the balcony. "And that my dear sister, Kira, goddess of music, has helped organize these events." And you see Kyra kind of wave, but look a little sour about it. "And I am pleased to say that to show that you can not live a life of greatness by only being strong, my own brother, Pythor, god of battle, has come and will be participating in the events, as well as serving as judge over the science fair." There is a murmur through the crowd, and you see Vallus fighting for her composure, because you get the feeling this was not her idea. Thusly, you see that 4 of the 5 gods have come here in person to bless and watch over this event, and know that the 5th, my mother, Mitros, for whom this city is named, is always watching you, always guiding you in whatever endeavors you may follow. All right, and then she sort of steps away from the podium, and then you see like a really, really jacked, like handsome nerd show up, and he kind of walks out, and everybody begins to cheer. If this was the modern age, this guy would probably be wearing a black turtleneck, but they have not invented black turtlenecks, so he does not have one. You recognize him immediately, Afra. It is, let's see, Mashion. Mashion is one of the head people behind the Arcane Academy. He is also the magical item broker for the city of Mitros, and the lead enchanter for the city of Mitros. He is a big deal. He's a big deal. As he grabs hold of the podium, his voice begins to amplify, and in a booming voice, he calls out, "People of Mitros, friends from near and far, thank you for attending these, the great debates. Here, we will test the limits of what a mortal can do. For what is a mortal but their mind and spirit, the body merely a vessel, a vehicle, a mount, by which to ride through this prime material world. Here, you will see the raw, broken down elements that is a mortal being. Here you will see that rawness put to the test in a number of grueling events. When Queen Vallus first approached me with these ideas of expanding our great debates into such a tremendous festivity, I was flabbergasted. But now, here today, seeing all of you gathered to watch and learn and witness these great debates, I could not be any happier. He wipes away a tear as his mascara starts to kind of run down his cheek. There's a part of me that feared we had lost sight of our own minds, wandered away from our own spirits. But here we are. So, what do the next 3 days entail? I will tell you. We will open up with the Great Debates, a series of grueling, confrontational, diplomatic skirmishes that will eventually boil down to 4 great questions, each asked by one of the greatest minds of the Arcane Academy. These debates will span all 3 days, with the qualifying divisions of the first day, the semifinals in the second, and the final debates on the third. Furthermore, there will be a science fair. Many of you seem confused, but I will explain. Science is a new type of magic. Recent refugees and settlers from worlds beyond our own, washed up on the shores, have spoken of worlds full of wonder, where magic can be achieved by anyone with the mind and resources to do so. There's like a murmur and a gasp for the crowd. Thanks to their help, and the assistance of the great Vulcan, we have begun to explore this new magic in earnest. And what wonders it has brought forth. Who hasn't seen the great automatons that guard the temples? Who has not seen the glorious Stimfei who fly through the air, protecting their Amazonian mistresses? But there is more. There is talk of medicine that does not require the gods' healing. There is talk of alchemical solutions that can change the very essence of what it is to be alive. And so we will explore these many incredible things through our science fair. There will also be a riddle competition, as there has always been since the earliest days of Mitros. Test your wit and your mental prowess as our champion riddler proceeds to put you through your paces. There will be only one champion, and they will take with them the most precious of prizes. And we did have to do a nod to Pythor, the god of battle, and the great games. There will be a gladiatorial battle, oh yes, but this is one fought by magical beasts. Beasts that wit and charm and intellect have bowed into servitude, that they may fight for their masters. 2 divisions. One featuring smaller creatures and elementals, and the other featuring much larger beasts. It should be quite a show. All the while, the museum has been converted into a merchant's agora. There you can find rare books and scrolls from dealers all across Thylea. Additionally, every evening there will be a stage magic competition. This is magic performed by those who perhaps were not born with or natural magical gifts, nor the ability to pursue such academics in their lives, but have nonetheless developed some small talent and are able to entertain and amuse with their powers. If you think that's exciting, what do you hear about our Mathletics Competition? Yes, math, the law that governs the universe, the king of all the sciences. Mathematics is the building blocks of the universe. And we will determine who, amongst all of Thylea, is the greatest mathematician of them all. But what gathering of minds, wit, and intellect would be complete without a tournament of the game of 20 squares? And there is more applause here than there was for math, at least. The winner of this tournament will take home the grand prize, their very own game of 20 squares, blessed by Vallus, the goddess of wisdom herself. And there's a murmur amongst the crowd. And finally, Kira, goddess of music, and her associate and advisor to King Acastus, Chondus, will be co-hosting a trivia challenge that I have been promised will be quite exciting. So, please enjoy the next 3 days and consider, could you do more? Are you a wizard waiting to happen? We have brochures and applications available at all exits. Thank you. All right. So, man, can't get much more exciting than that. Whoo-wee. Mathletes, oh man, this is way cooler than the stuff I have planned for the Great Games. Let me tell you what. Yep. Because, I mean, who needs sharks with laser beams? That's lame. Alright, so.
Okay.
Who is entering the debates? We'll just knock these out one after another.
Astreus is.
Okay.
I wanted Enyo to enter, but I don't know if...
Okay, well, let me read you a little bit more about the debates so you have a better idea what's going on with them. Alright. Let's see. Qualifying. Anyone with proficiency in persuasion automatically passes the qualifying rounds of the debates. So if you're entering and you have proficiency in persuasion, you automatically get through day 1 of the challenge.
And if we do not?
If you do not, you must attempt to qualify with a performance, history, or insight check. The DC is a 12.
Well, in that case, I'll join.
Oh, okay. All right, Astreus,
Should I
you make
roll
it
if
through.
I'm in her corner?
Yeah. So we'll roll for this little girl. Hold on a second. Let me grab this little girl's stat block.
Can I assist her with my insight?
Let me see. You must debate alone. This is not team-based debating.
I mean, I know she's young, but that girl's gotta have proficiency in persuasion.
Yeah, maybe she automatically qualifies.
Okay, let's see. I'll check her sheet. Hold on. Loading up a tiny little girl. What's her character sheet? It's not loading. I love you, Roll20. Oh, there it goes. let's see. She has acrobatics, perception, and performance. Okay. All right, we're gonna go for it. All right, Enyo has qualified, much to the surprise of everyone there. Many people thought, I'll be honest, that she was a gnome at first. Only after they found out that she's a 4-year-old human girl did they really feel bad about losing to her. Mostly her technique involved pointing out all of the flaws that she noticed on the person that she was debating against. She never actually addressed any of the questions. So like a true politician, she completely decimated the opponents.
Perfect.
Yeah. Just a mudslinging campaign of excellence. She did make sure to inform every person from all over Thylea about her father's gambling debts and his mismanagement of their money, and the fact that he is dead. That was also so off-putting that it defeated several other of her opponents. Okay. All right, Hypatia. Yeah, you crushed it. You absolutely crushed it. Okay.
I just know so many facts. I just drowned them in facts.
All right. It says here that since you made it to the semifinals, any PC who made it this far should storytell/roleplay out the debate topic that was the most important to qualifying and how it played out. All right. So, Hypatia, you want to go first, or like what was your story tell to us? What was your best moment in the qualifiers?
Well, what was my debate topic? I don't even know.
Oh, you could just make up anything you want.
Okay, fine. I guess so I'm doing history. And my debate was about well, you know what? Let's push some buttons. My debate was about slavery in Thylea and the history thereof.
Oh, damn.
And,
yeah. It's a hot topic right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Your opponent was so nervous about, I'll be honest, the fact that you were a Medusa. And also that you may or may not have been involved with the recent disbanding of pseudo slave trade. They're just decimated. All right. Astreus, what was your strongest talking point? How did you get through the qualifiers?
I spoke about the importance of the nobility and the wealthy to, pay their fair share of taxes so that we can fund things like, national health care.
Wow.
Way to bring a Canadian agenda to
wow.
Thylea.
Yeah, King Acastus actually had to excuse himself at one point to go to the vomitorium because the words he was saying were so offensive to him. And Bella. They both just held each other's hair up while they vomited into the vomitorium. So. Wow. Okay.
Hey, I won.
All right. So, we will come back to the debates. Let's jump over to the science fair. Did anybody enter the science fair besides Talus?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right.
I don't believe in this new learning.
Oh, fair enough. There has been some pretty negative talk about scientists amongst the wizard community. They're talking about mirrors of life trapping, creating a demiplane, call it the demiplane of math, or not math, of science. And anybody who's a scientist, they just get thrown into the demiplane of science. That they could, it'll keep the world safe from science. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah. But Vulcan is super excited about it. He's really into this. And Pythor is not into it. He has no idea why he's there. He has been drinking, but not as heavily as normal. And Kyros is with him, the Piglet of Legend. And basically any science fair project that has free samples is getting like higher marks, is how he's judging things. So it's a whole thing. Now there is one of the heads of the academy, Keradotos, who is a gnome, wizrobe. Is a gnome priest of Vallus, and she is very fascinated by the science fair projects and trying her best to be as impartial and academic as possible. The other two judges, both gods, do not seem to be that impartial. Pythor was about to fight his father about the science fair project of a model volcano, pointing out that it spews lava, father. It spews foaming lava. Have you not seen such a wonder before? Vulcan looks very disappointed that he could create a son with such a lack of refined learning interests. Vulcan, for his part, is very excited in the idea of any sort of machinery, that sort of stuff. And this gnome lady, Keradotos, is extremely interested in a science fair entry about the Euclidean Distance. A man named Pythagoras is arguing that the way we measure the world does not make sense. And he even demonstrates with small miniatures on a grid that if he moves in a diagonal way, he's moving further than if he moved up, down, left, or right. But yet we only measure it as if it was that way.
Heretic! Burn him!
As he were to fire an arrow or throw a javelin, the distance would be the same no matter what. And then he goes on to explain that when a bird flies, it flies diagonally as fast, if not faster, than it should if it flies over and then up. It's very confusing stuff. But she's into it. She's really into it. Unfortunately, all of the entries pale in comparison to the robot man. The robot man pretty much just provided some hand-drawn pictures of himself. They pretty much just say, I'm a robot. And then they describe things that robots can and cannot do, like sleeping, attaching a double dong wiener when they need to procreate or pretend to procreate, on and on and on. There is a section of the trifold board where he talks about how he got pregnant with a treant, which is pretty fascinating. And you guys are actually pretty surprised because he's kind of struck you as kind of a single-purpose robot, but he really went all out. It's not the greatest science board you've ever seen, but there's a lot of effort there, probably because he doesn't ever have to sleep, so he was able to literally work on it day and night. Yeah, so Pythor sees his AA coach has entered, and the guy that's changed his life, changed his miniature, made his life better, and he just slams down his winning ribbon. Doesn't want to look at any others. He's done. Like, Talus is the winner. Vulcan, who has a weakness for robots and is a big fan of Talus, also agrees. And unfortunately, Pythagoras and his Euclidean Distance project does not win. But it is given honorable mentions. And thus ends the most exciting science fair of all time. All right. That brings us to the Riddle Competition. This is pretty easy. Anybody could enter. The Riddle Master is a satyr, and they are not messing around. Let's get some more dramatic music for for riddles. Anybody got good riddle music? I was gonna use this what is it? Phoenix Wright music, but every music from this game sounds like a really stressful fight. So I don't know. Like, let's see.
Maybe Professor Layton.
Professor Layton.
Have you seen The Hobbit? It is a fight for your life. Every riddle contest is.
Okay, all right, we'll go with it. All right, you're the resident arcane nerd, so you would know best. Okay. All right, so let's change out this peaceful science fair music and get into some serious biz here. Okay, where are we at?
Apparently, when trying to search YouTube for riddle music, related to my search is Take On Me by Aha and Lifehouse is Hanging by a Moment. YouTube is weird.
All right, let me grab this Riddle Master for you.
Oh, this is awesome music.
It is.
Okay.
We might as well all enter then, right?
I mean,
Nope,
if you want
I'm so
to.
bad at riddles. I'm not letting our
Maybe I should read
our
the
viewers
rules of the
know
riddle
I'm bad at
competition
riddles.
first. Okay, because they're gonna feed you to a lake goblin if you lose. So just so you know. All right. The riddle competition is literally just a riddle competition. You're gonna go round robin. You will roll initiative using your intelligence score. The first person to get 3 answers correct is the winner. Seems pretty simple enough. Because you are the main characters of this anime, you have already bested all others in the city, and only the PCs who entered made it to the finals of the riddle competition. That's the benefit of being the main characters. So, if you want to... Here's the problem, though. Here's the mechanics. You have to use your real-world, non-Google, human being brain from real life to solve these riddles. This is a meta challenge. Once, during the competition, you can ask to use your character's brain instead. And if you could bullshit a good reason, you could use that skill to make a check. If you get a 12 or higher, you will get a clue. If you get a 20 or higher, I will just tell you the answer.
I'm ready.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna do it.
I think we should just all enter. Otherwise, Asturias wins by himself.
No, I'm so bad at riddles. I don't want people to know
You
how
don't
bad I
have to
am.
do anything that you don't feel. Here, your
I'll
dad's
lend
like,
my Mimir. I'll lend my Mimir out to anyone that wants it. But
boy, I came all the way from Astoria. Come on, let's go. Let's get some. What did your aunt call it? Churros, Oreo churros.
yeah,
They look
let's-
like poop, but they taste great. I
let's
don't know
see
where
that,
she comes
Father.
up with this stuff.
This isn't for me. Let's go.
Honestly, this is just sad. Where do you see the great games? That's where it's at. The things you do for love. I mean, I want to support my sisters and all, but man, what a bunch of nerds. All right, so you guys head out. So is it just going to be the 3 of you? Are you entering, Anastasia?
She would be hesitant, but if everyone else is like goading her into doing it, she'll enter.
Okay, that's good to know. Peer pressure works. All right.
Get in the elevator.
No elevators. I fly away immediately.
Oh, okay.
No, we're good.
All right.
If it's
wait, so
about
you
an
fly back
elevator, no, we're good.
Okay.
If the riddle's about an elevator, though. PTSD.
Oh man. All right. I don't know if I've got enough riddles here. We'll have to find out. All right. Let's see. Go ahead and roll. Don't roll actual initiative. I will add you manually to the track. Roll a base intelligence check. And we're going to use that.
Mine is exactly the same as initiative, so I'm just gonna do that.
Okay. Dang. With a -1, Astraeus gets a 17. Proving that in RNGesus' world, anything's possible. All right.
Rolled 2 and kept the highest, but you rolled a 1? What is this?
Yeah, the first dice, I forgot my initiative is set to that as a Twilight Cleric. The first dice was the 18, so the 18 would have been the proper one to keep.
All right.
No,
And then I
his
brought you
ability says he has advantage on initiative rolls. It doesn't specify Dex or Intelligence.
That is true. Thank you, Philippocles. I was gonna have a rules layer competition, but I thought that would be too meta, so I was like, we'll leave that one out. But
Oh, that would have been mine.
yeah, I know.
That would have been amazing.
Objection!
All right.
A player tries to do this in a round. Can they? And if not, why?
All right, Hypatia, you get the first question. Here we go. The Riddler takes a big swig from his wineskin, and he leans on the podium. He scratches his butt a little bit. He lets out a little bleat. He's getting a little tired and thirsty from all these riddles. wipe some sweat away from his brow. This is some serious sports that's happening right now. And he says, the more of it... Oh, sorry. Hold on. He drinks some more wine. Okay, I got this. The more you have of it, the less you see. What is it?
The more you have of it, the less you see. Darkness.
That is correct.
Yes.
All right. So that's one success for Hypatia. All right. Next to the initiative is Astraeus. All right. We're just gonna move you guys left to right because it's easier. All right. There we go. Astraeus. A box without hinges, lock or key, yet golden treasure lies within. What is it?
An egg.
That is correct.
I'm super
There's the
nervous
murmur
now.
of the crowd.
Oh no.
He's knocking him out in like 2 seconds.
It's okay. I'm just gonna pretend I'm Reset.
Reset of Aregia. My life is measured in hours. I serve by being devoured. Thin, I am quick. Fat, I am slow. Wind is my foe. What am I?
I'm gonna use character knowledge.
Is that what
I'm gonna phone a friend immediately.
Okay, so what are you gonna bullshit she would have in her backstory to know about this?
Back home in Arecia, there is this great sage called Cicelo that she is a big fan of, and Cicelo would always go out and basically she would just make public speeches and stuff, and she would spew out all kinds of random knowledge and information and just random quotes. So Reset is going to think back to when Cicelo has been talking and see if she has mentioned anything of the sort that might fit with this riddle.
Okay, so it sounds like you're going off of your history score. Is that what I'm hearing? Because this is something you're remembering from your past?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and roll a history check. Ooh, you needed a 12 or higher to get a clue.
Oh no. She's forgotten the riddle.
The thousands of people watching you, making you very nervous. The riddle master looks at you and begins to drum his fingers, and the magical microphone is picking up the drumming.
She nervously says sundial.
He gets real quiet, and he says, that is incorrect. I'm sorry.
She lowers her head in disappointment.
Okay. All right. Anastasia, same question.
The same riddle? Oh gosh. What was it again?
My life can be measured in hours. I serve by being devoured. Thin, I am quick. Fat, I am slow. Wind is my foe. What am I?
I'm gonna say wheat, maybe?
That is incorrect.
Uh-huh.
You see all of your siren groupies hanging up in the rafters. They let out sad songs. Sad songs. All right. Enough of that riddle. And you hear like a cry from the audience. No! And they move on. Hypatia!
What was the answer?
Hypatia of the Great Academy. I go in circles, but always straight ahead. Never complain, no matter where I am led. What am I? Also, don't watch the stream. People might just send in answers. Oh, yep.
A wheel.
Everyone gets real quiet. The satyr holds up a finger and starts archer drinking from his wineskin. It takes a long time. That is correct.
Yes!
All right.
Astreus is gonna high five Hypatia.
Oh, everybody's like, yo, yeah, teamwork.
Yeah.
Over here, Philippocles, your dad is like, you never high five the enemy.
I would never.
Only if they make you high five the enemy. Anyways. Alright, the guy turns to Astreus and says, the man who calls himself Astreus, Twilight Cleric of Mitros. Are you ready?
Yeah. He's gonna nod that he's ready, but he's also narrowing his eyes every time he's referred to as the man who calls himself. But yes, I'm ready.
At night, they come without being fetched. By day, they are lost without being stolen. What are they?
Oh, he's just gonna grin and motion up to the heavens and say, the stars.
Okay. That is correct. Reset of Eresia. I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told and I can be played. What am I?
She's shaking and sweating, looking around at Astreus and Hypatia and Anastasia, and she says,
What?
I can crack eggs.
There is a chuckle from the crowd, and the Riddle Master smiles warmly at you and says, how many egg riddles do you think I brought to this competition? That is incorrect.
Head down.
Anastasia. Same riddle. I could be cracked, I could be made. I could be told, I could be played. What am I?
I can be made, I can be played. I don't know. A lie?
Takes in a deep breath. Begins to stroke his beautiful goatee. That is incorrect. Hypatia of the Great Arcane Academy. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
How far will a blind dog walk into a forest?
I think I'm gonna need to ask Hypatia this one.
Okay.
Let's. I would say that would very much be a nature check. How about that?
A nature check? Okay, sure.
Yeah. Forests and dogs and.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You realize that this is less about the dog and less about the forest and more about a logic situation, like a literal logic situation revolving around distance and almost robotic logical reasoning. Like the literal abuse of words is kind of where it's coming from.
As far as it's led. That's all I got.
He makes an indulgent face and says, I think you were on the right track. Since you got a clue, we cannot reuse that one. So he informs you that you are incorrect. And then
the last one I knew too. So
all right.
That's not
Turns to Astraeus. Whoever makes it tells it not. Whoever takes it knows it not. Whoever knows it wants it not. What is it?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat that?
Oh, he makes a sour face, and you hear a murmur in the crowd. The man who calls himself Astraeus can't hear very well, can he? You hear some chuckles all the way up, 100 feet up in the fucking air. You hear some chuckles from this booth. That old man can't hear shit.
Astraeus has tinnitus, he hears sirens and stuff. It's a terrible, terrible thing.
Okay. The Riddle Master looks at you and says, whoever makes it tells it not. Whoever takes it knows it not. Whoever knows it wants it not. What is it?
Ooh. Player Astraeus is at a complete loss, and so we'll ask Astraeus to insight this question.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, the guy's telling it, so that works. You can tell that this is referring to a... Oh wait, you got a nat 20. Or sorry, higher than a 20. You know the answer, and therefore have won the tournaments. I will whisper it to you so you could pretend that you do it. Say it out loud like a big boy. Alright.
Oh, this feels so wrong to win off of something I legitimately have no clue on. My brain is just blanked on that one.
Dude, my brain hurts and I'm not even in this.
Oh, that's... Astraeus is gonna be like deep in thought. Like he's just really struggling, and he's just suddenly gonna look up and say, counterfeit coin.
There is a murmur amongst the crowd, particularly the riddle-loving crowd, and there are gasps. The Riddle Master, his mouth twitches at the corner. He leans drunkenly against the podium, and he says, people of Mitros, people of Thylea, may I present to you the master of riddles for this year's Riddle Competition. Astraeus Rade! And people begin to cheer. Yeah, I have no idea, riddles are hard, holy shit! Yeah. And over here in the jock zone, your dad like whispers to you and he's like, yeah, boy, I knew most of those, I'll be honest. I grew up with your aunt, so, I mean, I had to listen to this shit every day. Every day I got asked these things. They claimed that I would be able to use them to defeat a sphinx one day, if you could believe it.
That sounds terrible.
You know how I defeated a sphinx? And he pats his crotch. He pats his crotch.
Oh, yeah, you hit it hard, Bob.
Mm-hmm. You probably have a very smart tabaxi half-brother or sister wandering around one of those islands, let me tell you.
Oh my god!
I hope I meet him today.
I think you will, because I hear the sound of a post-it note being scribbled on.
We have the origin story of the Tabaxi race. 30 years first, folks.
All right. Yeah, congratulations. They bring out your prize. It is a simple band of gold, a mostly worthless metal here in Thylea. As the Riddle Master hands it to you, he says, "May this bring you much luck, Astraeus Rade. I've had it a long time, and it's very precious to me." And he places the gold band in your hand, and it's surprisingly heavy for such a small, thin ring.
I thank you for this gift.
All right.
And I'll kind of like hold it up for the crowd to see, and then step off the podium.
They all gasp. Okay. All right. So this music from this video game, every single track could be fucking combat music. It's so amazing. I have never played any of these games because I'm not smart. So, but man, they wow, they're powerful.
That one was like perfect, like mental combat kind of.
Oh yeah, that was good. That's good stuff. All right.
I need to know what the other answers were.
Yeah, that's gonna kill us, Crash.
Okay.
There's
my
one
life
I
can be measured.
completely.
Yeah, my life can be measured in hours. I serve by being devoured. Thin I am quick, fat I am slow. Wind is my foe. The answer is a candle.
I thought I was thinking hourglass until the wind part. I was thinking a little too high tech.
I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told. I can be played. What am I?
That's a joke.
A joke.
That's a joke. Yep, that's a joke.
Ugh.
And the last one, the super hardest one. How far will blind dog walk into a forest? The answer is halfway. After he gets halfway, he's walking out of the forest.
Yes.
Yeah, who would have gotten that?
Well, I mean, I saved the harder
Lars did.
ones.
He answered me. He messaged me.
After she got it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. The Riddle Master heads out. Okay. Let's see. All right, I think next up would be Pocket Dimension Monster Battle is tomorrow. As is Mathletics. All right. So unless you guys stick around for the stage magic competition, all that's happening after that is panels where people discuss their different fan fictions about the Titans, heroes, Dragonlords, gods, that kind of stuff. Local theater studios put on troops put on plays, live action role play, stuff like that. And there are people playing a number of different games and board games. Most cannot afford their own set of Game of 20 squares, but they have non-magical replicas that they use. So, evening festivities sort of settle in. Does anyone have any evening festivities or plans? Otherwise, I could take you to the second day.
I would just
stay
with Pythor all day and hang out with him.
Oh yeah, with him. You guys hit the town. It is something worthy of its own side quest one-shots that we may or may not address someday. Suffice to say, the two of you wake up on a pirate ship and barely swim back to shore in time to make it to the opening of the second day's events. Neither of you remembers anything that happened the night before, but he is in good spirits as you guys pull yourselves up onto the beach, tear free the tentacles from the giant squid that attacked you, grab meat pies from a street vendor, and still stinking of the night before and seawater, push open the doors right in time for the second day ceremony.
Perfect.
All right. Anyone else have evening stuff? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna see if anyone wants to come watch the stage magic, just to watch it. I'll bring Enyo. Yeah.
Okay. Enyo is very excited about stage magic, but you do feel, Astreus, with your high insight, that Enyo may be a liability here if she points out that it's not real magic, or somehow discovers, how the tricks are done and spoils it. So, I don't know if that's the intent or.
I'm gonna hope that while I know she's got that inquiring mind and that's probably like a risk, I'm gonna hope that that we can convince her just to enjoy the wonder of it all without thinking of the how.
Reset thinks it's all real, so she doesn't see any problem bringing her.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's totally stage magic. That being said, cantrips are allowed. So it's basically, you realize that in the city of Mitros there are a lot of problems, and one of the problems is that there is no free education. If you want to train in the arcane arts, you have to pay for it, as Hypatia has told you numerous times. Sorcerers, contrary to what people might think, are exceptionally rare, and in a world full of oaths, where oaths can actually destroy you, most people don't become warlocks, believe it or not. Yeah, it's crazy. So weird. Yeah. So the only source of magic is to sell out to the gods of the Titans, or be born 1 in a million style, or pay a lot of money to go to college. But there are people.
Or pump your sleight of hand skill.
Yes.
Yeah, Hypatia would also explain that, I mean, it's really easy to take out the loans that you need. Like, it's, like, you shouldn't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be able to pay it all back. Like, in a couple of months, probably. I wouldn't know. My parents paid for it, but it should be fine.
Wow. I've talked to people like you. Yeah. So
otherwise, in the evening,
yeah,
I'll speak to Vulcan just about like party inventory management stuff, just what he can still make in the Mithril Forge and stuff.
Oh, he smiles real big and he says, "That reminds me. I was working on something for the Arisian. It's finished. You know what she's about."
We will be watching the magic show this evening.
Ah, all right. Then I'll use a bit of my own magic and impress her at the end.
Oh. I will not tell her a thing, so she is surprised.
Okay. Vulcan takes the stage at the very end, and people are wowed and impressed that he has done so. He proceeds to use science to make magic, though everyone's like, there's some kind of brave, drunken, polite, how do we know you're not using magic? You're a god! You look over and you actually just see it's Pythor. This is Pythor. So he, Vallus comes over, places a bracelet upon his arm, and the bracelet is designed to light up if magic is being used. And he then proceeds to use his alchemical and sciencey stuff to make, bright lights and dancing patterns and glow sticks and all sorts of other craziness happen. In the end, he does reach for his belt pouch, and the amulet does start to glow, and people kind of laugh a little bit, and some people boo playfully, and he sort of looks at them admonishingly for booing a god. And then he pulls out the fully restored a shield. As he does, the lion animates and begins to roar loudly. Many people cry out, most people cheer, and they are all sort of blown away by seeing such an incredible item and relic in person. And he bows, leaves the stage, and hands the shield to Reset. A future Dragonlord is gonna need a good shield. So, this is for you.
Reset is embarrassed because this is in front of everyone, and she takes it and she says, "Thank you, sir."
All right. He grabs hold of your arm, unless you acrobatics or step of the wind away, and kind of raises your arm to the crowd and says, This here is Rosette. She may be in the region, but I'll tell you right now, she is a Dragonlord, and she bears my shield. And the shield lets out another roar, and everybody kind of gasps and murmurs.
At that moment, I'm going to cast Volcan's Sight centered on Reset.
Oh, nice. Starts glowing. Yeah, so overall, a very dramatic evening. Leaves a big impact on the people. All right. Anyone else have any evening activities?
Hypatia, didn't you have a date?
I mean, I don't want to bring it up.
No. Chandras has gotten roped into assisting with a lot of the activities, and he says to you, "My apologies. It turns out that Mitros has a shortage of strong minds, so I was sought out by your friend Kyra. She said anybody that has the patience to deal with the king and the queen must have the patience to deal with her. And she just roped me into assisting with this whole thing. So I didn't mean to be unavailable. I was there in the crowds, certainly. It's a shame about that riddle. You could tell that he was sitting on that one and just waiting to use it on you. Then he just did that low, soft toss to Astraeus, and then it points out to him that he's a Twilight cleric, and then gives him a star riddle. Favoritism much? Yeah. So, in my eyes, you are still, and will always be, the mental superior to that well-meaning cleric. So,
Easily my mental superior. I'm just wise.
But the night is young. There are a number of unofficial events happening this evening, wherein we will be doing some forbidden magic. I'm referring, of course, to the sort of stuff you have to get permission to use. And he kind of raises an eyebrow at you.
Oh, yeah. I'm all about that.
All right. Full meta, he takes you to some forbidden magic panels, wherein they are studying magic that could be found on the DM's Guild in unofficial, unlicensed supplements.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. None of the spells are anywhere near as strong as Sleeping Drought, though. But they are still pretty cool. One of them is a cantrip that actually will summon a weapon to you, which kind of invalidates one of the class features of an Eldritch Knight, but it does burn a cantrip slot. So people are a little, unsure about how to go with that. There is a panel discussing how the spell Sinalox Snowball could be so fucking bad. Yeah, so that goes on for a while. Heated argument starts up, and then the one guy pushes his glasses up, and he's like, well, Fireball and Lightning Bolt are legacy spells, so they're actually supposed to be more powerful than their spell level, because they're honoring the past and the tradition of magic from ages past. And people boo, and they throw, food wrappers at him and stuff like that. And everybody is drunk at this point, and they all swear that they're going to invent their own homebrew ice spell that's just as good as fucking Fireball. Gods damn it. Yeah. At one point, someone stands on the table and actually makes a god's blood oath to invent such a spell before they die. So hopefully that turns out okay for them.
Well, I heard about this one sorcerer that could just make it whatever, make it whatever element when they cast a spell.
I
don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, that actually gets everybody going, and then there is some pretty rude remarks made about sorcerers in general and how they're a bunch of cheaters, and that you can't trust them because only people who dedicate years of research, dedication, and personal wealth have the responsible nature to harness the forces of arcane magic. And that's the truth. Because if somebody has cleric magic and they get out of line, their god just takes their powers away. But once you have arcane magic, no one can take it from you. And that's why it has to be reserved for the intellectual elite. And so on and so forth. Yeah. For his part, Chandris does partake in these conversations, and he smiles when he's supposed to. He laughs when he's not supposed to. He's a nervous laugher, and overall, he does seem to be quite learned in the arcane arts. Though again, you never actually see him cast any spells.
So, how drunk do we get?
Pretty drunk. Yeah. So.
I mean, because if my inhibitions get low enough, I will just look at him and I'll be like, "So what's your deal, man?"
Oh, he will laugh and smile, and he will say, my deal is you. It's you. In a world that is so full of hate and fear and ignorance, you've taken a curse from the universe and turned it into a boon, a blessing. I wish I had learned such a thing sooner. My life would have been much different if I had known that. And he kind of like motions at his horns and his blue skin and everything. If I had known that this could be a blessing and not a curse. And if I had been strong enough to ignore the words of others and listen to the voice in my own heart and mind. And that's why when I saw you, all the songs of that bard, that silly spoony bard, I believed them.
And I look at him and I'm like,
oh, right.
And
then he leads
and
in.
You still didn't answer my question.
And
but like not in a pestering way. Like I'm truly impressed. Like that was really well done.
Oh, I thought you were going to be mad at me for not kissing you. Was this a kiss you situation? Was I supposed to kiss you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess if you wanted to, but no.
Oh, well, we'll just do that then. And then he kind of like moves in, good kiss, all that. This guy's a pretty good kisser. I'm not being biased to tiefling, but it's a good kisser. So, and then fade to black. What you do with your business is your business. So,
okay.
All right.
Hey, what'd you do, Hypatia?
Hypatia, please only tell him about it in the DMs. You know I like to run family-friendly games. So, meanwhile, Philipocles is trying to figure out how to combine Chandris and Hypatia and the word orgy into one new word. So, anyways, all right.
It's called love.
Oh damn! Take D of inspiration.
Man,
Take D of inspiration. Your father, who wants to know why you said that out of nowhere while you were fighting pirates, he wipes a tear away from his eyes.
I'm just imagining two guys just beating down pirates, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's called love.
And Pythor, who is a lover before he's a fighter for sure. Those words hit him hard. This is one tear down the face. One tear down the face.
I mean, it's a father-son moment, right?
Yeah. Fantastic. Does anyone else have any plans for the evening? Otherwise, we will move to the next day.
I actually have to make a phone call real quick, so I'm gonna
okay.
dip out for a mo.
Sure. Okay. All right. Let's see. We'll put on some different music for day 2. There we go. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this looks pretty good, I guess. All right. So, day 2. We got the semi-finals of the debates, but Hypatia making a phone call, so we will double back for him. Science fair already complete. Riddle competition already complete. It's time for pocket dimension monster battling. Alright, the only person that signed up for the signups was Philippocles. So, let me take all you guys over there. Let's see. There's a lot of people that want to go. There we go. Where'd you go, Queen Vallus? You can go to. Nah, I don't know if Queen Vallus. She wants to support you guys because you're friends, but she's not really into forcing animals to fight each other. Machion is, or Machion, because he's had so many people apply for the academy. Oh man, money. He's like, we should do outreach stuff more often. This is amazing. All right. Okay, you gotta be kind to this map because I made this map myself. Okay, so you gotta be sweet.
Crash is beautiful.
You haven't seen it yet, so I feel like I'm gonna roll an insight against the authenticity of that comment. So, all right. Oh yeah, there's somebody who will be running this event. Let me grab them.
Is it the collector?
Oh, I mean, the collector's definitely a sponsor of the event, but he is not. Yeah. Trying to find. All right, I'll just grab him off the Metros page. Could have sworn he was there already. All right, let's see. I'll even bring some of his little babies with him. There we go. And yeah. Everybody's so big when they come in from the Metros map.
Which is hilarious because we're so tiny here.
Let's see.
Oh, you mean the main map?
Oh, yeah. Still, that map is so cool. I was, like, really impressed when I saw that map. I was like, wow. If you put, like, miniatures of different sizes, it would totally look like they were actually doing that stuff. So, alright, move these guys over here.
Yeah, that map is very, very cool.
Where the heck is this guy hiding at? Oh, there he is. The only, like, other tiefling in the whole campaign, I think. So let me grab him. Alright, so let me take you over to this map. There were no ancient Greek Pokemon arenas, believe it or not, so I had to make one.
Until today.
Until today.
I'm just gonna point out that, like, what the Colosseum doesn't count.
Well, I mean, it's like a really big Colosseum, and these are really small monsters, so it'd be kind of hard to watch, you know? They don't have video cameras and stuff, so, and big Jumbotron TVs. Alright. Everybody can see themselves?
Yes.
Yay, nay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Kieropos is the person running this event. Kieropos does like a secret handshake, like bro nod. Like it was hard out on the streets for two blue tiefling boys, but we made it. To Chandras, and then they kind of like butt horns kind of deal. It's a whole thing, and then he kind of walks over and let's see, Chandra. Let's see, what's this guy's name? Hold on. Oh, Charapos, this guy right here, he is an Eldritch Knight. So he is a fighter wizrobe mashup, essentially. He does work for the Academy, and he basically trains their Eldritch Knights. So people that need to train in both swordplay and magic, essentially. All right, you do see the collectors there. He's got a number of cuties with him. And the stands are packed. So, let's find out how this is going to go down. All right. Literally, summoned or trained animals and magical beasts are going to be killing each other non-lethally. During this event, the Familiars Union has agreed to allow familiars to attack, but only within the confines of this arena. Owners can only do the following during this event. So you have 3 actions that you can perform. The actions are... here we go. Hold on. All right. At the beginning of each round, you must choose to boost, which will grant 5 temp HP to your Pokemons. Rally, that means you give them the Kyra Zombie song, so they get a chance to survive being killed. Or tell them to go all out and attack. That means they will crit on an 18, 19, or 20.
And what was the first one again for?
I
like,
posted it into chat.
Yeah, but like, how did you describe it for like RP?
Oh, boost. You're basically just encouraging them to get hit more, to take hits better.
I believe in you, Philippa Threes.
Yeah, you could do it, champ. And there's just like blood running down their 3 faces. Like, you've got this. Yeah, it's nothing. All right. Now, spectators. Once per round, as a reaction, you could do one of these things, but you got to make sure you do it before the round is up. The 3 things that you could do are cheer. So you give a Pokemon advantage on a roll it is about to make, or cancel out a jeer. You could jeer to give a Pokemon disadvantage to a roll it's about to make, or cancel out a cheer. Or inspire, and you can give a Pokemon's a 1d6 inspiration die, but Pokemons can only carry 1 inspiration die at a time. All right. Obviously, you guys took an Oath of Fellowship, so Philippa Threes' victory here reflects on all 6 of you. But that being said, if Philippa Threes vomited lava on your favorite pair of sandals, and you want to take them down a notch, it's your choice. You could go against let's see. Basically, anybody who enters who is a player character automatically reaches the finals. That being said, please tell us what the first 2 matches were like that got you to the finals, Philippocles and Philippa Threes. What was the first creature that you fought? Keep in mind that because you managed to reach medium size, you are no longer competing in the Tiny Cup division. You are in the Beast Cup.
Okay, so the first one was an owl fox. And Philippa Threes, he jumped in the air, and with 2 heads, he grabbed onto both of the wings, so it had to be put on the ground, and then the middle head spit lava on it.
Pipe
it out.
Okay, second match.
The second match was Bear Turtle,
Okay.
and Philippa Threes, he just kept going in all limbs that were coming out of the shell. And then when the Bear Turtle finally like receded to increase its AC, Philippa Threes just vomited into the shell and it cooked inside. And we might eat it later.
Damn. Okay. They do explain that it was non-lethal combat. And
We don't eat it.
they show you to the the competitors like lounge where you can have as many sandwiches as you would like. But then they rush the Bear Turtle off to the emergency room for 5th degree burns and skin grafts. All right. So, in the final round, Philippocles, son of Pythor, and his mighty beast, Philippothrees, Cerberus of the underworld, and there's a murmur through the crowd, will be going up against Dilomedes of Pickle Island and his mighty bird lizard, Gherkins. All right. Hypatia, you have heard of bird lizards before. There are supposedly 1 or 2 islands way out there in the sea where these bird lizards live. They are considered by many mages to be the greatest beast forms that you could possibly turn into. It is considered pretty prestigious if you are able to travel to these islands, study the beasts, and learn these forms.
Mm.
All right. So. Okay. Any questions before this match begins?
Nah.
One clarification. Can we use the same action each round?
Oh, that is a good question. I would say for simplicity's sake and for tracking, yes, you could just use the same action over and over again if you would like. So.
Is there a tiny box for all of our familiars to sit in and cheer on the one that's participating?
Oh, yeah. You can drag your familiars onto the map. They definitely want to cheer on their buddy. So, I mean, they don't get their own spectator action economy, but they could definitely be there and help you choose what spectator economy you want to use. All right. Somebody in the crowd shouts out, "Hey, these are too small! No one can see them! I don't want to watch no babies!" It's Pythor. Looking a bit miffed, Kiropos nods and begins casting NPC magic, which is different than PC magic. You see the etchings on the stone where these two are standing begin to glow, and they begin to grow, like Rita Repulsa got a hold of them. All right. It's actually not a growth spell. It's totally just for looks, so it doesn't change any of their stats. But your dad seems super satisfied, Philippocles, and he looks over at you and gives you a big thumbs up.
Yeah, I kind of like nod at him, like I'll flex my muscles at him, like I'm gonna win this.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. All right. Without further ado, there is a loud bang as if from a thaumaturgy spell or a minor illusion, and you guys should roll your Pokemans into initiative. All right. Dilomedes makes some weird oogly boogly sounds like cruel cumbers do. Gherkins nods. It understands what it needs to do here.
Plus.
All right. What's your trainer action for Philippithres?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him, play defensive. Find out what it can do, and give him 5 temp HP.
5 temp HP. All right. Alrighty. Spectators, be ready on those reactions. Here we go. Gherkins is going to start making its way across the battlefield. It moves 40 feet, and then is going to take a dodge action as it kind of crouches down and looks over at Philippithres. All right, Philippithres, to you.
I told him to play defensive, so he's gonna start circling around.
Okay.
He has a movement of 30 feet, so he'll get to about right here. You can tell each head is like trying to pull it in a different direction, but the middle head's stable. And he's gonna ready his breath weapon for when Gherkins gets into range.
Okay, readying breath weapon. All right.
I will inspire after his turn ends.
Oh, okay. As the turn is coming to an end, you're going to inspire Philippithres. All right, Philippithres, you have a D6 inspiration. All right. Next round starts. Dilomedes yells out some stuff. Does anybody speak pickle? Anyone? Okay.
Kyra
turns. Yeah. He said, "Go all out. Go all out. It's gonna try to rip him to shreds."
Philippithres, look out! And I guess if it attacks, that'll be a jeer.
Okay. Yeah, Gherkins closes the distance. About 20 feet away from Philippithres, it launches itself into the air using a pounce. At this size, it is pretty impressive to watch. Alright, moves at least 20 feet towards the creature. It's going to try and hit with a claw attack. Here we go.
Yeah, Phil's is gonna breathe all over him as he's lunging at him.
Alright, as he closes, go for it. Fans of Dilomedes. Oh, what? Are you jeering? Oh, man.
I was jeering the Gherkin attack, but I was commenting on the 6 max damage.
Oh, damn, that is max damage. Alright.
I'm gonna jeer his saving throw.
Oh, no. Okay. Oof. Alright, even with disadvantage, it makes that save. Taking half damage. Alright. Diving through the molten lava breath, it tries to deliver this claw attack. Here it comes. Get ready to roll it. It's coming. Okay. Ooh, that was 17 for 9.
12.
12
because disadvantage. Alright, so 12 hits for 9 damage. Alright, then as it lands, it kind of circles a little bit with the rest of its movements, and as it's doing that, it is going to bite. Here we go.
Did we get our reactions back?
Yep, at the start of each round, you get your reaction back.
Okay, so I'll jeer this one.
Okay. Alright, that's a 16 for 5.
It hits.
And then it will these bird lizards make 3 attacks, 2 claws, 1 bite. So it's gonna follow up with one last kind of tentative claw attack, testing your defenses.
That misses.
All right. That brings us to Philippithres.
Did I get to take my action for the beginning of this round? My trainer action before Gherkin?
Oh yeah, what was your trainer action? Yeah, sorry, I should have. When the pickle dude was calling it out.
It was gonna be attack, get him when he comes at you.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Go for it.
I'll cheer head number 1.
All right, head number 1 is being cheered.
First, we're gonna roll to see if we get breath weapon back. We do, but he's gonna multi-attack, and he's gonna make 2 bites. So the first one,
Okay,
I
still
believe-
learning to get all 3 heads online at once.
Yeah,
still,
it's tough.
Still learning.
It's tough. The
Yeah.
third head just bites one of the ears of the other heads. It's awkward.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 15 for 7.
15 hits. This creature has no resistances or abilities. It takes 7 points of damage.
And then he's gonna make his second attack. Ooh, that's a crit because I told him to attack.
All
Oh.
right.
Well, it says
Yeah.
the next attack by your Pokemon, so I'm not sure if this one crits.
Let's see. The next attack, yeah. So it would be the first one of the round.
Okay, so 4
All right.
damage.
All right.
Also, that's only a 17. It had to be an 18.
Well, yeah, it's a natural 18
Oh,
dice
yeah,
or 20.
correct,
Yeah.
correct.
All right. Either way, it does hit 4 more damage.
Yep, and that is his turn.
It is bloodied. Okay. Top of the round. This trainer, he's Dilomedes, he's tugging on his stem. He's trying to figure out what to do next. Oh man. He's making weird googly sounds to himself. Finally, he shouts out encouragement. Kyra says he boosted. He's got some temporary hit points. All right, Phil, what are you doing?
Phil, I'm gonna rally. I'm gonna tell him, if he knocks you down, just get right back up and just keep getting up.
All right, fair enough. All right. Yeah, Gherkins is. Let's see. It would like to knock you down, but you have proven to be a pretty capable opponent. But he's got some extra hit points. He's gonna risk it. He's gonna disengage. You can make an opportunity attack if you want.
Yep.
Oh, 13 is enough because these are both little baby monsters. They just look really cool. Oh shit, 9 damage. All right, that chews through his temp HP. And then as it runs away and you bite a hold of it, grab its leg. It has to give it a shake. The leg, the feathers are all on fire. Kind of moves away, gets to 20-foot distance, and then leaps back at you. It will, yeah, essentially move away and then move back. Here we go. Here's the claw attack. All right. Ooh, that's a beefy one. Oh, but it's a fumble. Let's see what happens. Natural attack. If this attack was made with your claw, your damage is reduced by 1d4 for 1 minute, which is basically every fight. Okay. It will follow up with a second claw attack. That would be either a 23 or 14. I didn't hear a jeer, so 7 damage. This was a pounce, so you need to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Alright, let's see. He's not prone.
All right.
Oh, my mic is muted. I was gonna cheer.
You were gonna cheer him?
I was gonna
okay,
cheer him.
that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. It's good that you did that because if it had been knocked prone, the Dianakis bird lizard would get to make a bite attack as a bonus action, and then a normal bite attack as part of its multi-action, which would have been ridiculous because dinosaurs are ridiculous in Dungeons and Dragons, and maybe real life. I don't know. Either way, it is going to try to finish up its turn with its bite attack. Queuing it up, getting ready to push the button. Dice are leaving my hand. Going once, going twice. All right, here comes the bite. And a miss. All right. Whew. That brings us to flip of threes.
Alright, yeah, he's got him in close. He's just gonna kind of leap onto him to, you know.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And he's just gonna go all out with 2 bites.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll roll. I'll roll the d6 inspiration
Okay.
that I got.
That is
7
going to hit. Takes 3 points of damage as you leap onto him and start biting. You've almost got him now. You got him on the ropes. If you could finish
Second
him
attack.
off.
14 for 8.
14 for 8. How do you finish him off non-lethally?
He's just nuzzling at his neck and his eyes, ripping out feathers, like on the top of his head, clawing as much as he can, getting as much as he can off of him.
Yeah, it lets out hissing squawks of panic as you start lighting its feathers on fire and chewing its feathers and pulling its feathers out and chewing on its head knobs, and then it just sort of passes out from the effort. Over here, Dilomedes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Dilomedes begins to fall to his knees and just beat his little green fists against the ground. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and then Philip the Threes. He's gonna get on top of him, and he's gonna do the trick I taught him to do when he beats something. And he gets up on both legs, and he's like using his heads to balance himself, and he like lets out a little flex, and and the crowd goes wild. At least Philip the Threes goes wild.
No, the crowd does go wild. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. They went wild just because it showed up. It's so fucking cute. All right. In the end, Dilomedes and Gherkins are defeated. Dilomedes waddles up to you, because cucumbers can't walk in a straight line. So he waddles up to you, and he extends his extremely long, noodly arm to give you a handshake.
I'll walk up to him. I'll shake his hand. And when he turns his back, I'm gonna like do a funny gesture, like towards my father, like, look at this loser.
Oh man, yeah, your dad was so worried about you for a second, and then he kind of nudges Vulcan, and Vulcan kind of nudges him, and then Kyra shakes her head, and she says, "Good job, Phil. Good job, Philip the Threes, and good sportsmanship." As she looks over at her dad and her brother, and yeah, they both look at her with this like, whatever. Says the kid that never wins its game of 20 squares. All right. Heropos heads out to the center. He nods at Dilomedes. He nods at Philippocles, and he nods at Philippothrees. Raising his hands again, you see more glowing from the runes, and Philippothrees gets even better. And everybody cheers. It's all just illusion magic, don't worry. And then he turns to you, and he extends the grand prize. It is a beautiful spiky collar. It is attunable only by Pokemans and functions as a cloak of protection.
Yeah, I'll raise up the collar, and then I'll put it on.
Which
Oh, yeah.
do you put
Kind
it
of
on?
like,
Oh yeah, you gotta pick a favorite.
Oh no!
So I do this thing where, I mean, it attunes its magic item where I stretch it out to go all the way around all three heads.
The collector goes up to you and he says, my friend, do not worry about hurting their feelings. Watch this. And he shows you, and he loops it around their front right leg, like a little bracelet.
It's good.
All right, he gives you a pat and heads back to the little animals. This goes over really well. Pythor is very proud of himself. He looks around for his sister, and she looks over at him, and he smiles real big, and she kind of begrudgingly gives him a nod, like, this is a pretty good idea. And the two of them getting along seems to warm Kyra's heart, and Vulcan's as well. They both seem very happy. All four of them look out at their relative Philippocles, and they all cheer. And everybody cheers, and it goes really well. Gherkins finally gets up after a beautiful pink-haired woman administers healing to him, and heads back over to its master, nuzzles him, and there's just all around good feels everywhere. All right, well done.
Cute.
All right, I will take you
And
guys
Phil,
back to.
he's gonna go back to the group, and he's gonna be like, "Thanks for cheering him on. I know it really meant the difference out there."
Yeah, because
That was great.
Diadocacies are like fucking killing machines. So, Fortunately, none of the brains of Philip Threes are developed enough to understand that they were in danger. Yeah, they were in danger. All right. Well done, well done. Good job, fellowship. I'll bring you back to Nerd Central. Ta-ta. That being said, I so much enjoy this campaign that I completely over-prepped. I did the entire academy, so there's like a museum and like 3 different libraries and like a grand entrance hall. This is stupid. There's so much stuff. Anyways.
We will use them all before this campaign is over.
So back in Nerd Central. Let me get back on the nerd music. Here we go. We are entering the second round of debates. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, that's too sad. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, this is pretty somber stuff. Okay. This is the second day of the great debates and the intermediate debates. So, those of you who qualified, that would be 4-year-old girl, actual wizard who finished college, and 8 intelligence cleric. Are you ready for the intermediate round of the debates?
I'd like to think that Astreus uses his insight.
Oh, like Forrest Gump. Yeah, for sure. Like, I wouldn't want to debate with Forrest Gump. That's crazy. All right.
And Enyo uses charisma.
For sure.
Charisma and constitution. Yeah.
And whatever stat tenacity is.
All right. Chandra stands over by his buddy Zamrox, and they watch you guys take your places. There you go. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Who is leading the debates today? Okay. It is Calcodon. There we go. They are an elven wizrobe. They taught a lot of your more advanced classes, Hypatia. They mean business. Yeah, they're very, very old and very, very powerful in the ways of magic, which is to say that they're 12th level.
I'm getting a very McGonagall vibe.
Yeah, there seems to be, according to the Arcane Academy, some sort of mystical or divine block that actually prevents advanced spellcasting. You guys have studied it, you've read about it. No one has been able to break through that barrier and attain the highest levels of magic. No mortals, at least, have been able to do so.
Well, let me briefly change the text of my bond on my character sheet.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Not
all
really,
right.
But...
I mean, you could. Okay. So, everybody is watching intently as you approach the podiums. So, in the semifinals that you have made it to, okay, any PC who made it this far, you're just going to tell me, I'm going to give you a prompt, and you're just going to argue it in character. And that's all there is to it. Everyone who is not participating will be a silent and secret judge. And they will message me who gave the best debate. Because I do not want to compete against the PCs, I will leave the role of Enyo to Reset. Reset's player, you are now a 4-year-old girl who is a sass mouth and has no social boundaries. You have somehow made it into the semifinals.
Your father has many debts.
Yeah, so get into character. I'll have you go last. All right, Astreus, you won the last event. I will have you go first because I have heard that in debates like this, going first is a liability. So, you will go first. Here is your question. Oh, very topical. All temples and religious institutions should be taxed like normal businesses. Astreus Rade, support or oppose? Begin.
Support. I believe that all temples are established in order to provide society the great good of tending to our souls. However, they collect much in donations. Many people tithe in order to support them. They have holdings. They are able to amass great wealth. And while they repurpose that wealth into furthering many great things to help the cities, and such as the Temple of the Five taking in orphans that were left due to the depravities of the cult of Thylea. It is a simple fact that not all temples decide to turn their wealth to the good of the people. The cult of Sidon build great massive temples, show their wealth off, and do very little good for the people of the city itself. Why should they be exempt from taxes that we all pay when they cannot demonstrate that they are actually turning these funds to the greater good? The simple fact is that a society is made up of those who form a common purpose. A city is only as healthy as its people are willing to care for it. This should be even more true of our temples, not less. And he'll stand aside.
Okay. All right. Reset, I gave you access to Enyo's character sheet. Ignore all the magic. She doesn't have any magic. All right. Hypatia. And she looks at you and she gives you a look, Hypatia. Give me an insight check. Give me an insight check.
Okay, I'm not real good at that, but I'll give it a go.
No, nice change of pace.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
real good at that.
All right, coming to secret message real quick.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I feel like the Temple of Sidon collects a lot more than they need. Look at the side of that thing. The temple.
I mean, the Oath of Peace, people are like sacrificing like crazy to the Temple of Sidon, and yet what do they get for it?
Oh.
Hypatia. The education offered by the Academy should be free. Further education should be made freely available to all citizens of Mitros. Support or oppose?
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna say support. It should be free. Because we live in a society. And it is best if our society is made up of educated individuals who can understand and enact the policies that would be best for the society in which they live. And how can you do that if you don't understand your own society? Now, of course, I understand that the studying at the Academy, of course, takes a great deal of money. The Academy itself is run at a significant loss, I'm sure. And then I'm gonna look at King Acastus, and I'm gonna say, but surely our great leader who showed his own great wisdom in solving the crisis of Sidon Storm would see the wisdom in ensuring our populace is educated and such. Perhaps the government would be able to fund the Academy's activities rather than the students.
All right. Looking up 100 feet, you see King Acastus looking down at you. A grim look on his face. Bella
I'm smiling at him.
twirls her hair in her finger, chewing gum. All right. Hjalkudan nods and then turns to Enyo. There is no compassion on her face. She doesn't look at Enyo and make like a smile like, oh, how cute, a little kid. She looks at Enyo with the same scathing look she gives everyone. And she says, Enyo, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone with magical talent is socially and morally obligated to use those magical gifts for the betterment of all. Support or oppose.
I just have to say, this man next to me, his beard is so scruffy, and he looks so old, he could be my Potter's Potter. And my Potter's dead. And her, this one, she has all these snakes in her hair, and she's actually really nice. But I don't know what she said. I don't know what either of them said. But my Potter had a lot of gambling debts, and magic would have helped him, I think. And my Potter, he was a good man, but he had a lot of debts.
Start crying now. You'll definitely win.
And she starts tearing up, and she keeps saying, my Potter should be here doing this debate because he would have told you all that his debts were a problem, and something about magic would help his debts.
The whole place is real quiet. Hjalkudan looks over at you and finally nods. And so ends the semifinals of the Great Debates. I will wait for the judges' final verdict. All right. So everybody who did not participate, which I guess is just two of you, message me which of the three was best. If you want to do it with Whisper, you can. Otherwise, you can send it on Discord. Okay. All right, we've got one chime in. I guess anybody that's watching this on chat, Twitch. Yeah, who do you think was the best if you're watching on Twitch? Type into chat. Who gave the best debate?
Yo, check out our interactive D&D stream book, guys.
Yeah,
We're doing it.
First time ever.
We're doing it.
It's one of the perks for the live viewers as opposed to the ones who wait for it to go up on YouTube.
Okay, we'll give them a couple minutes to decide. Maybe we'll announce it tomorrow, so you don't have any time to prepare for the final debates.
Ooh.
Oh man. Oh dang. Hypatia for the shade. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, another for Hypatia. Okay. All right. That would mean that Hypatia definitely came in clutch as the champ for the final. For the semifinals. All right. That means only one or two PCs can be finalists and participate in the great debates. All right. Of Enyo, the 4-year-old, and Astraeus, the 504-year-old, who do you think gave a better and more impassioned debate? Go ahead and message me or type it in chat. Or Twitch chat, whichever. 4-year-old girl? 500-year-old champion of good. Cleric of the mother of all the gods.
My
For the
Potter
record-
looks better than you do.
4-year-old girl.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
What?
Oh, damn.
It's like
Wow.
Astraeus that
Yeah, Chalcedon winces as you see that. Like, damn. All right. I've received messages. Oh wait! Oh dang! Oh, people are changing. We got one
What?
vote in for Enyo. Oh, apparently your meanness has swayed them.
Oh god.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
One ill-timed player outburst.
She begins crying.
Oh,
Her
she's
eyes
crying.
sobbing,
She's
filled
stabbing.
with tears.
Oh
She's
no!
wiping her tears with her sleeve, looking
Okay.
at this
No.
mean old man
Hold on.
Just-
Hold on.
who
Hold on.
just made fun of this 4-year-old.
Phil
with
is
an
in the
11.
stands right now. Pour some water on that bird.
All right, we got
My
have they
Potter-
invented ambulances
My,
yet?
my Potter was a good man. I miss my Potter.
Crocodile
All right.
tears.
It's going to come down to this, Enyo and Astraeus. You must sway all of the people here with one last impassioned thing. Simply put, roll the skill check of your choice and get higher. It's in RNGesus' hands now.
The insight didn't do me good last time, but I'll give it another go.
All right. Enyo.
I'm trying to open her character sheet.
Oh, I didn't link her mini. I didn't think this 4-year-old was going to be around very long, so. Oh, unfortunately, she is very advanced for a 4-year-old, but also her limited life experience. The people, mostly the people who take debate seriously, feel that she has come a long way. And there is even talk of sponsoring her with a full paid scholarship to Wizrobe School. But she is not invited to the final debates.
As she leaves, she points to Astraeus and she says, "Remember this, old man. Remember this. For today is the day that you will remember the day you bested Enyo, but she will be back, and she will be stronger than ever." And she runs crying.
Yeah, the sun goes behind a cloud as this oath is made, and the whole place becomes eerily dim for a second.
I will respond by offering the blessings of the 5 to her.
She doesn't listen. She
All right.
covers her ears and runs away.
Dang,
Cursing your
strong
name.
strategy. Strong strategy. Okay. So there was oh, yep, here we go. Mathletes Competition. All right. I only have Hypatia signed up for Mathletes. Is anybody else going to compete in Mathletics?
Our players? No. Or a character? No.
No. This one is not meta. This is literally just opposed intelligence checks.
Phil should do it.
You know
Now you
what?
could
You should
spice
do
it up.
it.
You could spice it up by 4E skill challenging to mess with your opponent's morale and composure.
Yo. Phil is not about to embarrass himself in front of his father by entering a nerd competition.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if he wants it
That's
here,
strong.
but I can't embarrass Dad. It's not.
Astraeus is not entering a math contest. He can count his enemies on the battlefield. That's about all he needs.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. In that case, many enter. all of which are nerds. Let me see if I could grab all the nerds to enter. You get the idea of. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at this guy or girl. Sorry. There we go. Mm-hmm. This one brought her own owl. Mm-hmm. This one right here brought a bird. Mm-hmm. This guy, he's just super old. This lady right here, she's going with that like Morgan Le Fay kind of thing going on there. All right. So, math contest. Are you ready for this, Hypatia?
I'm so ready.
All right. You need to get 3 successes before you get. Let's see. What does it say here? 3 victories before 2 failures. You could make any skill checks you want, but anything that is int-based is made with advantage.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
the DCs will get increasingly higher. They're going to get increasingly higher.
Well, I have been studying the arcane geometry of my spells to increase their efficiency and to pinpoint their locations. So I'm going to be making Arcana checks.
Oh, one last caveat about 4E skill challenges. You cannot use the same skill twice.
Oh, okay. Well, then certainly we'll start with Arcana.
Okay, so they're going to start low and get higher with each success. So,
well, in that case, no. We're going to start with nature. We're going to start with the basic laws of the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, they start with something really simple. How fast does a sparrow fly in autumn along the Mitros coastline, assuming average weather for the year averaged out over a 5-year period? All right.
At which point
the DC is 10. Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Oh no, I make it with intelligence. Or with advantage. We're fine.
Okay.
I respond. African
all right.
European.
Oh damn. Yeah, some people look around like, oh shit, math magic. All right. They move on to the second round. What skill will you try to best this DC 15 math problem?
Okay. Next skill will be I will be investigating because these seem to kind of be word problems. I will be studying the word problems of it and investigating the all the possible answers.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right. In that case, they tell you for 4 weeks, Euclides. Oh, hold on a second. I've dropped my paper here. Hold on. It was around here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. For 4 weeks, Euclides volunteered as a helper for swimming classes. For the first week, he volunteered for 8 hours. He volunteered for 12 hours the second week, and another 12 hours in the third week. In the fourth week, he volunteered for 9 hours. How many hydrogen molecules are in the swimming pool, assuming a standard Olympic size?
The funny thing is, if I had Google, I could probably tell you that. Okay.
All
17.
right, you make the DC 15. Everyone's like, shit. Okay. All right, final rounds. Is this where you're busting out the magics?
This is where I'm busting out the arcane geometry.
Okay. All right. Aronitis's candy container is 20 centimeters tall. You're not sure what a centimeter is, but then you remember. It's a unit of measurement from worlds that make sense. 10 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide. Well, let's see. His rival, Brucian, his container is 25 centimeters tall, 9 centimeters long, and 9 centimeters wide. Converting from centimeters to inches, if an enlarge spell was cast on Aaron and Bruce while holding those containers, how much volume could they contain in cubic inches?
Well, that's easy.
Okay. This old man has a fucking heart attack. It just falls over. My word! And he just kind of collapses. Yeah, people rush to him. Everyone is just shook by the confidence, the poise, the math. Pythor is asleep. It is incredible. 100 feet in the air, you see Vallus wipe a tear away from her eye, as she's never seen something more beautiful in her entire life. Meanwhile, Vulcan looks over at you, and he gives you the nod of the brawny man in the woods. Just a steady beard guy nodding, like he is so fucking impressed.
Yeah. I see. The sad thing is that Hypatia looks a little bit disappointed. Like she thought it would be harder than that.
Fair enough. Okay. They give you a prize of 547 drachmae. So a nice prime number.
Yeah.
The 547th coin can be used as a bonus action to guarantee success. Not like a natural 20, not any kind of roll, just success on one attack roll or skill check.
Ooh. Is that perpetual?
No, it is consumed upon being used.
Of course.
Oh, she needed a 20 to succeed in that final math problem. So she destroyed it. I
think Anna was referring to the coin's effect.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I now have magic success coin on my character sheet.
All right, yeah. Here's the kiss you needed that, and then of course your.
You mean super inspiration?
All right.
Well, really,
done.
I only have 546 drachmae because I am not spending that.
So after that impassioned day of nerdy activities, there is yet again more stage magic, more panels, vendor rooms, that sort of thing. Does anybody have any evening activities? Otherwise, we will go to the next day.
Well, now that I have money, I want to shop for spell scrolls.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
Well, I'll accompany her.
Before the next day, Astraeus is going to converse with Hypatia and Philippicles to let them know that he has a plan for the final debate day.
Oh, okay.
I will message you guys in Discord.
Okay.
Alright, I'll hastily listen to your plan, and then it's Father and Son in Vegas, part 2.
Okay. This time, old man Vulcan won't be left out of the fun. He manages to basically disguise himself and then approach you guys as a youngster. Like what are young people up to? Because I'm a youngster. And he hangs out with you guys, and you guys go on yet another crazy adventure. Perhaps trying to retrace your steps and figure out what happened last time. You're not 100% sure. When the three of you come to, you are at the top of the mountain, overlooking the city of Mitros. Next to you, there is a dead beast. It is hard to identify what the beast is anymore. You guys so thoroughly smashed it in some sort of huge brawl. It has claws. It had a tail, maybe. Long neck. You're not sure. Hooves? Question mark? You don't recall running into this creature, nor do you recall the battle that was fought. All three of you let out long, hearty laughs as you roast the meat from the unknown monster, and watch the sun rise over the beautiful city of Mitros. All right. Hypatia, at this grand display, you could purchase whatever Wizrobe spell you are after from the Standard Player's Handbook, the Xanathar's book, and even some of the weirder ones, like spells from Wildmount, or what is it? Acquisitions Incorporated. So it kind of opens the door a little bit on those spells. Because it's a competitive market, no one is marking up the prices of their spells. So the prices for this are thus. First level spells, scroll would be 60. Second level spell would be 120. Third level spell would be 320. There we go. Fourth level. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, fourth level would be 320. Oh, sorry. Third level is only 200. Fourth level is 320. Sorry about that.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Fifth is 640 though. And that is as high as it goes.
Okay. All right. I will.
All right.
I will do
So
my
that could
shopping
be
on
it
my
could be your
own
homework.
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, anyone else have any evening activities?
Nothing
All
other
right.
than normal
Sure.
evening stuff.
That brings us to the third and final day of the Great Debates. All right. The final debates will be the last event of the day. And so, all that's left is the finals for the game of 20 squares, which nobody had signed up for. So was anybody hoping to do that, or do you just gonna let that one go?
I was hoping to.
Okay. All right. Are you proficient in the game of 20 squares?
No, but I had one lesson from Vallus.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. Oh wow, it's a little too intense. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. Oh my god. It's like final boss music. These are incredible. Okay. That sounds good to me. Alright. Let's see how you do. You are the only one competing amongst the chosen. All right, so if you had proficiency in the game of 20 squares, you would automatically get to the finals and not have to do any work. Since you do not, you must qualify for the finals by making the 7 associated checks that have to do with the game. All right, on each of the checks, you must get a 12 or higher to advance. All competitors in this game must do it all natural. There's no cheating. The game will reveal if you use any magic. All right. As you know, the 7 skills that must be performed in order are performance, insight, history, deception, intimidation, persuasion, and perception. I will post that into chat.
Okay.
You must get a 12 in each to make it to the finals.
Oh, all of them?
Each one has to be a 12 or higher. Oof. Oh. Alright. You give it your all, but when it comes to the game of 20 squares, they are not messing around. Alright. Do you watch the finals, or do you just let it go?
Yeah, I'll watch the finals.
Alright. In the finals, it comes down to 2 competitors. Alexi of the Broken Chain. And Commander Gaius of the Order of Sidon.
Kick his ass, Alexi.
Alright. Sad for this guy that had a heart attack. Hope he pulls through. Alright. Vallus oversees the entire match, which can take many hours. It takes a lot of endurance to play and watch this game. The 2 competitors, they are locked in head-to-head performance. Both of them skilled opponents. Alexi, you know, being a rogue, he has a lot of skills, so he's doing pretty good. Gaius, being a star commander, a military hero, and, I don't know, a Dragonlord, has quite a few skills up his sleeve as well. In the end, we can let RNGesus decide who won. Alright. So, one amongst the chosen will make an unmodified death saving throw. That means Alexi has 5% more likely to win this than Commander Gaius. Who is brave enough, bold enough? Who is willing to roll that death? Oh, okay. Alas, Alexi puts in a good game. They play for hours. But in the end, he is bested. With a look of great sadness on her face, the queen kind of wipes the emotions very quickly, and then, with a pleasant smile, retrieves her favorite set of Game of 20 Squares, the one that she has blessed for this occasion, and she presents it to Commander Gaius. Alexi watches from the shadows. Alright. Gaius bows to her, and like kind of takes a knee, and bows his head, and says, Queen Vallus, thank you for this well-earned trophy. I know I will get great use out of it. Knowing it carries your blessing makes it that much more precious to me. And he kind of sneers as he says that. And he just sort of tucks it under his arm and walks out. All right. So, that brings us to who wants to be a Drachmaneer?
I feel like
All
we're all
right.
doing that one.
Okay. It says here, teams of up to 3 can enter. So teams of up to 3. So we'll have pink team, and you see Kyra just spray paint the floor. Let's go with orange. It's a good color. And lime green. All right. So, are you guys gonna form 2 teams, 1 team? What's the plan? You guys gonna pull in favorite NPCs and make 3 different teams, or are you gonna leave a spot open? Oh my gosh, Reset and Enyo the 4-year-old are a team. All right.
Oh,
I'm
well, now
gonna
you gotta
invite
choose.
Anna.
Oh.
I'm gonna invite Anna.
Okay.
All right. Queen Vallus, as she passes her sister, she says, "I trust you."
Can I get Pythor and Vulcan on my team?
Sure.
It's a family entry.
Some family feud up in this biz. All right.
Can we get Alexi on ours?
Yeah. For old, he's like, all right, for old time's sake. Sorry about Gaius. He won't be holding on to that for long. And he kind of looks 100 feet up at the balcony.
Man, I swear to God, when you pinged it like that, like perspective even looked like it changed for real.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's a good map. This is a good map. Noble Crumpet, knocking it out of the park. All right. Okay, these are the 3 teams. Okay. Kyra's visibly excited. She's almost shaking. Chandris is just sort of nervously laughing because her nervousness is making him nervous. And they look like 2 kids that are getting ready to pull like the biggest senior prank. Not people that are getting ready to do a serious no, not serious. You gotta stop eavesdropping on everything, girl. Just chill out. Sorry, that's my phone. All right. Let's see. Who wants to be a Drachmaneer? All right, teams of 3 can enter. During this quiz show style event, a team can perform each of the following actions only once. Okay. You can sending a friend. You can use mystical stones of sending to ask anyone for the answer to the question. Based on who you ask, it could be right or wrong. If you're unsure about what your friend has told you, because sometimes your friend might be an idiot, you can make an insight check to narrow down the answer. The DC is based on how far along you are in the competition. Once per the whole competition, you can do that. Once per the whole competition, you can ask the audience. The answer given by the audience, I'm going to put it out here, probably can't be trusted. You could use an insight check to narrow down the answer. The DC is based on how far along the challenge you are. And finally, once per competition, you can dial it in one of the characters on your team can use an ability score or skill to narrow it down. The DC is based on how far along in the challenge you are. All right.
Can you post those in chat?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. And yeah, there we go. Okay, these are multiple choice questions. I made this entire game up myself. This has never happened in real life. There's no place like this at all. This is the realest shit ever. I just want you guys to know that. So I spent a long time. I worked with some television producers, a lot of people out of the UK. This is completely original. Nothing about this has been lifted from anything else ever, anywhere. Okay, just so you guys know. All right. So now that we got that out of the way. All right. Here we go. All right. Kyra looks up at the ceiling and she nods at the ceiling. Then the ceiling, it nods back at her. All around you, you see lights come on.
Whoa!
All right. As the lights come on, she changes into a lovely dress, and Chandras is wearing very strange clothes that don't make any sense. It's a suit. He looks incredibly uncomfortable. All right. As they look back and forth to each other, she nods and says, all right. Thank you for coming out here. Our celebrity guests are ready to do Battle of the Minds. There are 10 increasingly difficult questions. If you answer a question incorrectly, your team is eliminated. All right. The team that will be asked the first and easiest question is the one who tells me the best joke. And the crowd gets really confused. Pink team. Lay it on me. What's your joke?
I'm gonna look at Grandpa. She's your daughter.
He looks at you and he's like, man. All right. Let's see. And then Pythor's like, boy, old man, I've got this. Kyra, Kai, yeah, listen up. No, I had it. Hold on a second. Oh, man. Oh, right. What do a nearsighted gynecologist and a puppy have in common? A wet nose! And there's like audible winces and groans. I don't know how you could have an audible wince. They wince so hard, you could feel the wince happened. Enyo looks to you, Reset, and is like, what's a gynecologist?
They don't exist. I don't know. It must be a made-up word.
Pythor raises his eyebrow. Oh, that explains a lot about Erusian women. At that point, Kyra laughs pretty hard. And Chandras, wipes the little mascara away as it starts to leak down from the nervous tears. Okay. Kyra says, pretty good. All right. Orange team. Give me that joke.
Enyo says, "Our joke is sitting right there." Points at
goodness.
Oh, shit. Kyra says, "Oh shit," and then she covers her mouth because it goes to like all like 5,000 people. And then she's like, "Are we allowed to cuss on the air?" And like you hear from like the box all the way up here, the Queen's box, "No."
Can't even see your face. So dark.
Green team, lay it on me. Give me that joke.
All right. Did I tell you about the last time I was in the public baths? I had to go pee, so I went to the deep end and started to go. But one of the guards must have seen me. He whistled so loud, I almost fell in.
Enyo boos.
These kids here, man.
Kyra looks at you reproachfully and says, Did you make that one up in your force field? Okay.
Oh.
Obviously the winner is Enyo with the best joke,
Oh, wow.
followed by Pythor with his accidental second best joke. All right, orange team. Hold on.
I mean, rules lawyer. Technically, I was Enyo's joke, so green team should win that one.
Oh, okay. She's like, she runs out with her spray paint real quick. All right. Okay. Are you ready to become Drachmanaires? And people are like, what is a Drachmanaire? What is this that she is saying? And she says, all right, Chandras, just like we practiced, okay? And don't go easy on Snakehead just because... She kind of waggles her eyebrows at him. Only half of it's picked up by the mic, so, that's cool. All right. He steps forward and he says, Orange team. In the famously tragic play about... oh my god, really? And, Kyra looks at him and nods, and he's like... Okay. In the famously tragic play about Pythor, god of battle. Hold on. And everyone's just kind of like low booing. And he's like, I'm so nervous. And she says, no, just fine. Just read the card. And he's like, okay. In the famously tragic play about Pythor, god of battle, and his draconic bride, Hexia, how many sisters was Pythor having a love affair with? Was it A, over 20 sisters? They were all monks from an Oresian monastery. B, 2 sisters. They were twins. Waggle eyebrows. And she's like, no, you're supposed to waggle your eyebrows. And he's like, oh, nah. He can only do one at a time, so it's real awkward. Like, one eyebrow goes up, but then the other eyebrow goes up. Was it C, 5? Or was it D, 7?
It's 5. Final
That's
answer.
what you said. Final answer. Is that your final answer?
It is.
That is correct. All right. There's much cheering from the crowd. Okay. Pythor looks at his sister, betrayed. All right. Oh, look at this team. All right. Yeah. Pink team. Are you ready for your question?
We're ready.
All right. Who founded the city of Mitros? Was it A, Telemach Arcleander. B. Esther Arcleander. C. The goddess Mitros. Or D. Both A and B.
You guys were there, right?
I mean, I kind of feel like this is cheating. Like,
Wow.
I feel like I'm damned if I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. If I don't answer, it looks like I wasn't paying attention, and if I do answer, it looks like I'm cheating because I was fucking there. Well, I mean,
Better to win, Grandpa.
yeah, Dad, we're here to win. And Vulcan's like, you daft fool, don't you remember you were there? And he's like, well, I forgot. And he's like, you forgot. You forgot who founded your mother's city. You forgot. And then Kyra's like, you're about to run out of time. I need an answer. Philippocles, do you have an answer? Do you need to phone a friend? If you don't get it right, you're out of this. These two have actually left their booths and are now punching each other.
I'll ask the audience.
Okay.
The audience of the city of Mitros.
Aren't you like the champion of Mitros?
Founded their city.
All right, you call out to the audience.
No history proficiency.
Okay. All right. The audience cries out, Arcleander! Which is 3 of the 4 answers.
We'll go with B.
Is that your final answer?
Of course.
As you lock in your final answer, your father and grandfather, in slow motion, look up from their bloodied noses and torn beards and cry out, "No!" And you hear a loud buzzer. I am sorry, nephew. The answer was A. Telemach Arcleander. The pink team has been eliminated.
We don't play your brain games, Auntie. We'll see you at the real games. And I grab my father and my
it's on.
grandfather.
I'd foot race you, but I'm not gonna marry no nephew.
I grab my grandfather and father, and we storm out together,
Okay.
looking for an exit. Well, we
It's
just
this
climbed
way.
into the
This
stage.
way. I helped design this building when I was there for the founding of this fucking city. And he storms out. All right. Chandras looks so confused. Okay. Green team. Whew. Okay. This should be easy, right? Okay, what is the breath weapon of a silver dragon? Is it A. Radiance, B. Freezing cold, C. Paralyzing gas, or D. Both B and C?
Is it both of them, or is it just the one?
Both.
Okay. D.
Is that your final answer? Smile
Look at
coyly.
Astreus and
Yeah.
Alexei. Yeah.
That is correct. All right. There's a lot of cheering. All right. So 1 and 1. All right. We're going to enter the next round. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of different music. Let's see. Question. Here it is. Okay. This is all original music that was composed just for this mini game that I made up myself. Okay. Oh, it's getting real stressful now.
Oh my god,
Mhm.
I'm getting some major flashback.
All right. Orange team. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Orange team. In Thylea, we all love dogs. That's just how it is. You might not have seen any dog minis, but there's a lot of dogs out there, and we love them. If you listen real hard, you can hear it in the background music that's played in most of the towns we visited. There's really only like 4 towns. We've only visited 2. That's not important. Listen up. Here's the question. I was trying to be like clever and charismatic by leading with a story, but we're just going to focus on the question. Which of these foods is poisonous to the common domesticated dog? I'm not talking about no fancy magic dogs. I'm talking about regular ass dogs. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, sis. Regular butt dogs. Is it A, olives, B, starfruit, C, carob, D, both B and C?
Rosette turns to Anastasia. She looks down at her notebook, which has none of those answers.
My dad wouldn't let us get a dog because he had so many gambling debts, and he said a dog would be too expensive. But I had a dog that wasn't really my dog, but it was a dog that lived behind our hut, or a little shack, and I would give it some of my food, and then we would play. I would rub its belly.
Did it ever die from the food?
She's like, no, not from the food, but it stopped showing up, so I figured it probably did die. Just like
Have you
Pata.
fed it? Have you fed it any of those answers?
I fed it olives.
Okay, it might not be olives.
I'm not sure. What was the, what was that?
Can you repeat the answers?
Yes. Which of these foods is poisonous to the common domesticated dog? Is it A, olives, B, starfruit, C, carob, D, both B and C?
What's a carob?
Yeah, I don't know what a carob is either. Maybe it's not good for dogs. I honestly don't. Maybe we should Oh, yeah. Can we send? Let's ask Parthala. Send
Okay.
our mage in Astoria. Or does it have to be someone else?
It could be anybody in existence.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
You're fine with
You could
Parthala?
even ask the gods themselves. Hey.
Oh.
She's gonna lie. She's gonna lie.
All right. He holds out the Stone of Sending. It is a slim, rectangular shape with rounded corners. There is an eyeball on it. It looks around.
Anna, do you know how to use this?
I could try.
You just hold it like a slice of pizza, and then you just talk into it. Oh, right. You don't know what pizza is. You hold it like a piece of flatbread with a lot of toppings on it. And then you just talk at it.
Yeah, I'll send Parthala, or I'll ask her of which of these things is poisonous to dogs.
Okay.
Starfruit.
I mean, that's a pretty good pick. It's a pretty good pick. She's an enchanter. She's a smart lady. All right. So let's see.
They just picked her because she also has 4 legs.
What?
Oh, it's not like
she
that.
was all about nature and like she had her own forest in her shop or something.
All right.
Fauna?
You hear on the other side of the line. Oh, are you in Mitros right now? I couldn't get anybody to watch the shop. Is this the Great Debates?
Yes.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay. I am ready to assist you. I will confess, I do not know what a starfruit is.
That's okay. We don't know what a carob is.
But I can tell you that I do know that olives are okay, and that carob is okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, starfruit.
Perfect.
And then I do a shout out for her shop in Astoria.
Oh, okay. Do you trust the answer, or do you want to insight it?
I trust the answer.
Yeah, I'll trust it.
Okay.
We say B, starfruit. Final answer.
All right. Kyra smiles and says, B was the answer. Well done. All right. That brings us to the next crazy question. All right, let's see. Well, let's see. Win, lose, question. There it is. All right. Yeah, the music gets more and more stressful. It's really neat. Honestly, I'd never actually watched this TV show. So, okay. So as not to keep asking the same teams, the same, same person. Kyra moves over, trade spaces with Chandras. She looks at you guys and says, "Green team, are you ready?"
Oh yeah.
All right. What is the origin of Thylean horses? Is it A, cursed centaurs? Is it B, brought by settlers? Is it C, the evolution of the goat? Or is it D, none of the above?
Stop her button here.
Hmm.
Would
This has come up in a game before, so meta-wise, you could know this answer, but we have had quite a few sessions.
I think I know what I would guess. Do you agree with my guess, Astraeus?
I do, but I feel like Astraeus would know that one right off the bat. Like he should know it. No, not necessarily. There were settlers before us. Yeah. No, go for it, Hypatia.
Okay. They were brought by settlers.
Okay. She looks at you and she says, "Is that your final answer?"
Yes.
That is correct.
Oh, yes.
All right. She passes the bike off to Chandras. The mic, of course, is being a wand of thaumaturgy. Chandras kind of nervously looks out at Orange Team. Very intimidating, Orange Team. And says, "Oof, okay." Okay. What category of creature is a Maenad? Is it A, a fiend, B, an elemental, C, a humanoid, or D, Fae?
Is it? I'm gonna asks Anastasia. It's Faye, right?
What's a maniad? My father's friend. My father said that he was a maniac. He would get super angry if he was drinking too much. Is that what we're talking about?
Would you say that maniac is a fiend?
A maniac was a human.
Mm-hmm. We're not talking about a maniac, though.
She
I'm
looks
leaning.
very confused. She's like, "How the hell am I supposed to do this? I'm just a kid. I'm 4 fucking years old. This is like when the DM's parents would make him play Jeopardy, the board game, with him when he was only like 7 years old. He would have nightmares about Jeopardy. So, oh, sorry, that's oversharing. Okay.
So a Maenad is from a Fae, and they're from Fae creatures, right?
Well-
Ira whispers to Chanris, "It's all unfolding exactly as I planned. They have dramatic conversations about which answer. Well, the audience hangs on every word."
I'm inclined to believe Faye. If I'm remembering correctly, there was a ritual that she was doing to those girls, and that turned them into Maenads. I don't know if that changes your type, though.
Aren't Maenads born from? They make goatlings. That's what they make. And goatlings are Fae creatures or monstrosities.
I'm inclined to go with Faye. But
Yeah,
the
let's
other,
go
the other
with Fae.
choices were human, fiend, or
Elemental.
elemental. I don't think they're elementals. I'd go with Faye.
We're gonna go with Fae. D.
Ira makes a sad face. She says, "Oh, okay. Is that your final answer?"
Yeah.
That is correct. All right.
You've never seen the show?
No.
You're doing
I
it
mean,
exactly like the
I've seen
show.
it now. I did research for this, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's three successes here. Whew. All right, green team. This might have to be our last question of the night, and then dramatically continue this nerve-wracking game show over a second episode, which apparently is the thing that actually would happen on the show. It was crazy. Okay. Let me get extra stressful music. Oh, geez, it jumps all the way to 8,000. Oh my God! All right, we're just gonna have to keep using the stressful $4,000 music. This show, man, anxiety. Wow, wow, wow. No wait, it's supposed to jump to 8,000. Okay, I really have no idea what's going on here. I thought it just went by 1,000, but that would take a long time
Oh,
to
no, I
get to
think
a
it
billion.
doubles every time.
Okay, fair enough.
Until a million. Or maybe
So
I'm
if
thinking
that's the
something else.
case, we should probably be in like the 16,000s by now. All right.
By any chance, Crash, have you recently been watching a lot of the pitch meetings?
No, but my daughter and I watch the pitch meetings all the time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Aw, they have blocked us from having that particular one. Apparently 16,000 out of our price range. All right, let's see. I guess we'll just stick with the $4,000. That's fine. All right, we'll go back up to that other one. All right, $4,000 question. Here we go. Heart pounding. Okay. Kyra looks to Chandris. Chandris walks over to you guys. Okay. Do I really have to keep doing this? I'm getting heart palpitations. I'm nervous. She's like, no, you got this. Just look into the 86 eyes of your love, okay? And then you'll be fine. So he looks over at you, and he says, okay. When partaking of a drink, what is the appropriate amount of libations to offer Lutheria? Is it A, 40 ounces, B, a thimbleful, C, any amount will do, D, an amount proportional to your faith?
I feel like that'd be D.
That sending goes to anyone, right?
Yes, it does. You haven't used any of your lifelines yet. I mean, Estrez, you could just call her up and ask her.
I'm gonna look at Hypatia and Alexis that. I almost want to do it just as just for the audacity of doing it.
I mean, it would be kind of fun, but also we might get smoked, smitten.
No, smitten something completely different.
No, you're smitten.
You guys are fucking crazy.
I'm gonna look at Kyra. See, Priest of the Five. I have to honor them all in a different way. Today I'm honoring Kyra. Let's call her up.
Oh wow, he drops the phone. Sorry, the stone. He drops the eye stone, and then he has to. She's like, "Oh God, did you crack the lens?"
It's okay.
Like, no.
It's quite all right. Quite all right. I'm gonna cast sending.
Oh dang. Okay. The audacity. Okay.
Does that mean he's limited to 25 words?
Yeah, 25 words or less. Let's see what you got. Sum up the question to 25 words or less. I think he's typing it right now in Word with word check or word count on.
No, just in the chat. Just in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Is Astraeus gonna have to make a new character?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I may have typed at the end of the question I'm about to send, "by the fools who still do so," but I'm gonna delete that for the actual sending.
I don't think you get to delete on the sending.
Well, I haven't
Whatever he
entered
types
yet.
is what he's sending. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
he
I haven't
types
hit
is
enter
sending.
yet. That's the key.
All right. Everyone's waiting with bated breath to hear what question you ask of Lutheria, goddess of dreams, death, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Well, no, Kyra's got rock and roll, but still.
He should roll that d20 too to see if it.
Sex,
arrives.
drugs, and alcohol. Excuse me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I feel like death, sex, drugs, and alcohol is kind of a dangerous combination to give somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, like she's not bad. When they were picking out the powers, or when everyone's deciding who they're gods of.
Lutheria question in great debates. How much libations are to be poured in your honor? Also, where's my wife? All right. All right. Hold on a second. You see, the eye reads out ... dot 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 red,
I'm not expecting an answer.
and then you see dot 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 as though somebody is typing something.
The tone of voice you read that in maybe didn't match the tone of voice I sent it in.
Oh, okay. Why don't you read it in the tone of voice that you sent it, so that we have the real inflection there.
I mean, the first part was right. I purposely deadpanned Thylea, questioning great debates. How much libations are to be poured in your honor? And then there's a pause. Also, where is my wife?
Okay.
I may also take a surreptitious step to put some more distance between myself and Hypatia, and motion for the crowd and everyone to kind of back up a little bit. These two here, just in case. I mean, maybe I'll get smitten by Thylea. By the way, we're going to put this up on things I did not expect to be doing this session.
Okay. A voice echoes not just through your mind, but through the whole of the Great Hall. Love, she is where all the dead go, in my warm embrace. For as much as you like, just don't forget me, lover. See you soon.
He's gonna physically flinch when she refers to him as lover.
People are murmuring and whispering amongst each other, "Oh shit!" There's a hush through the hole.
As much as we like. Yeah, as much as we like.
C. Shut up,
Kyra's
C.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Don't we want to insider?
No.
Hypatia already answered. It's fine.
Okay. Chandras, he looks shook. And then he says, that is correct.
I'll just kind of mouth, sorry.
Oof. All right. All that exciting note. We will have to end the session. We will continue with this, and then with the final round of debates next week. Ah. All right. Oof. Okay. Well done. Hopefully these nerd games were not too boring. I know you didn't get to fight 16 hydras in a volcano while robots were shooting missiles at you, but the great games will happen eventually. So, all right. Any announcements? I don't know. Play a lot of D&D this week. There's a lot of D&D happening. Look on the server for more information. If you want to run games, let me know. We'll get you set up to run some games. We raised over $900, not quite at $1,000 yet, but we're 100% going to reach that just by sheer virtue of having the marathon in November. If anybody's interested in signing up for the marathon, I'm still taking applications for the marathon. I'm only running one this year. want to try to raise buckets of money for sick kids, for Extra Life. If you don't have the stamina or the strength or the fortitude or the interest of playing Dungeons & Dragons for 24 hours, keep in mind that you'll be able to donate to buff both the players and the monsters and the dungeon itself, making it more and more deadly and impossible. If you want to do anything for Extra Life, let me know, and we'll get you set up to do that as well. Does anybody have any announcements before we adjourn?
Yeah, so we're taking September off, right? It's
Correct. September, we are taking off from Odyssey so that I can migrate the entire campaign over to Foundry and learn Foundry good enough that I can make videos so that you guys could know Foundry, that I could teach and help with Foundry when you guys are transitioning over, all that good stuff. So, no Odyssey games in September. I had seen that you were suggesting running some one shots.
That we do
on
like
Mondays.
do like a critical role style where they run like one shots when they don't have enough people or
that
whatever.
sounds awesome. That sounds super awesome.
I know. I volunteered for one, and Hypatia
Planet Tarrasque, I
volunteered
believe.
for one. Yeah, Invasion from the Planet Tarrasque, level 20. It's gonna be absolutely crazy.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah. So if anyone else wants to run one, I mean,
that's
volunteer
actually
in, like, a
lore.
slot.
That's Spelljammer lore. There is actually a planet full of Tarrasque. That's not just made up for that adventure. Like, there is such a place.
Yeah, and I think it'd be cool
Yeah.
to give Crash a chance to be a player. Like,
Oh, that'd be pretty fun, actually. Yeah.
So if anyone else wants to run one, I mean, just volunteer. I think there's 4 weeks in September. If we don't have 4 people, I figure we just take 1 week off. But yeah,
that works.
1, 2, 4 Mondays. So there's 2 slots open. If you want to run one, grab it while it's there.
Okay. Anybody else got any announcements before we adjourn?
Just the build challenge.
Oh,
if anyone is building a 5-room dungeon, you still have until the end of August.
Yeah, end of August.
Yeah.
I will take until the end of August to do it.
Yeah,
so.
I'm gonna take it till the end of August also.
Just gonna humble brag. I did mine in 2 hours. Just saying. Just took me
I
2 fucking hours.
tried Incarnate. It's real rough. I'm not gonna lie. But
also, keep in mind that you don't have to make an original map. There's plenty of maps out there, and map packs, and tile packs. And also, you could just.
I want to make the map though, so it's cool.
Okay, that's fair. Dungeon Draft is also an option. There's a lot of mapping programs out there. So, and there's also, like, Heroic Maps does really nice tile packs. I built this insane library dungeon.
Yeah, I watched you build that one.
Yeah,
That was
it was super cool. So, tile packs are another way to tackle that particular beast. So, all right.
The only other thing I can think to mention is, in case anybody didn't actually know how thematically on point this was, Regis Philbin did actually die 3 days ago.
Aw.
I did know.
Yeah.
So this was actually kind of a neat little side tribute session for him.
Yeah. He was the host, I think. So, of the American version. I did all my research. So,
yep.
Yeah. I kind of liked it more than the British host. The British host was the car guy, right? He drive cars. Like, is the guy that drives cars? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV
one of the
anymore.
Top Gear guys, maybe. I don't watch
Yeah.
that either. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Regis was definitely the. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know who Regis is. Yeah. He was always so positive.
He's an American icon. Like,
he is, for sure. Even growing up in Italy, I know who Regis is. So, all right. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun, and we'll continue this next week.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll continue this next week, and then Hydra road trip, magic boat. Sounds good. All right. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Night, everyone.
Night.
Bye bye.
Hope you guys.